Hi, welcome back to my channel. Happy Valentine's Day! Today we're doing something weird. We're doing something different, or I'm doing something different, and you can join me if you like. I'm I'm recording the voiceover before I've edited the video. Right now I am staring down the barrel of 9 hours of footage. It is 6:30-ish, the day before Valentine's Day, and I would like to have this video uploaded before midnight. Or at around midnight, maybe a bit past midnight. I want to upload it on Valentine's Day because today I'm going to show you the Valentine's doll I worked on. And I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to talk as if you're my buddy, as if you're my friend, and we're going to see how it goes. Because the last time I recorded a video, which was the Claudine restyle, I was recording that late at night and I was getting out of breath because I was so anxious talking and explaining myself and following the process. And so I'm gonna try it differently this video. And my first video, I also kind of did it like this. I did have the video edited already, but I just kind of started talking, did not worry about doing it right or doing it wrong or forgetting to say something that I needed to say. I did that all in one go, which was maybe a bit silly, but I think I should return to that and see how it goes. And this time, fully just wing it because I don't have the video edited yet, which is maybe weird and maybe strange. And I'm challenging myself to do this. I think I talked about it in the TV head video. I recently graduated from illustration, and since then I'm trying to find my footing. I'm not a native of the country that I live in, and I have been looking to find a job to pay my bills, and then I'm also trying to pursue like the creative things I want to do, such as this channel and making dolls, but I'm also trying to figure out what do I want to do writing wise, because I have a lot of stories I want to write, and how can I enjoy illustration again, and how can I connect with my friends in a way that I feel is right, and it's all a bit of mess. And this week is scary week, and I did something that scared me every single day. Now it's Thursday, and I started this actually on Saturday, so we're how many days in? 6 days in, I think. Tomorrow is the last day, and tomorrow I have to call my health insurance to sort out some bills. But today's scary week task is to record a voiceover that feels unconventional and maybe strange, and I have no clue whether people will like this or not, but I'm doing it because it's good and it's right, and I'm just gonna talk until I'm done talking, and then I'm going to trim down all the footage to fit that length of recording, and we're gonna see how it goes. And please let me know in the comments what you think both of the voiceover and of the doll, because I love to hear it and it's really encouraging, because my first video got a huge reception. It got like 5,000 views. I suddenly had like 300 subscribers. I was like, what? This is my first video, and I knew that it was unrealistic to expect the same of my next videos, and I was right. Because my next, I think I've uploaded like maybe 10 videos now since then, and all of them have gotten around like 200 views. The axolotl video, which is the companion doll to this Valentine's Day doll, she's at like 600 views now, which is really great, really wonderful. But it's just, that first video was just magical and great, and that was fantastic. But now I'm getting stressed when not anything in my life depends on these YouTube videos doing well or being conventional. And I also think that I feel like because the doll customizing YouTube is such a niche, but it also has quite a clear structure to each video, I feel like most of you know how rerouting works, and if you don't, feel free to ask in my comments, but also feel free to like watch other videos to try and figure it out. That's how I learned, was just watching tons and tons of videos. Probably like a good 80% of doll customizing videos on YouTube I have seen. And I just don't know if someone would click on this video to learn exactly how to make her. So yeah, let's talk about the doll. 5 minutes in and I haven't really talked about the doll. So this is my Valentine's doll. She is based off of a Rosy maple moth. Her base is a Dracula head and a Laguna body, which you've probably seen me prepare at this point. And I rerouted her using nylon from the Doll Hair Emporium. I'm in Europe and they're a UK based company, so that helps with shipping costs not being ridiculous. And I made her as a companion doll for my axolotl doll Lottie, but actually from the very start I like how do you say that? I like brainstormed them together, conceptualized them alongside each other. I think one morning I woke up from a weird dream and had an idea for another doll that I am going to use a Monsterfest Frankie as a base for. But then I started looking through the Smith's Toys catalog and like looking at dolls that were maybe cheaper and thinking about how I could use them. And I looked at a Draculaura doll and was like, I could make a cute axolotl and that would be adorable. But if I'm making an axolotl, I want a Laguna head. And if I'm using a Laguna head, because I don't want to repaint a full body on a doll, that just stresses me out. The way the paint chips off at the joints really irks me. Really irks me. So, I was gonna use a Laguna head and a Draculaura body, and then I had a Draculaura head and a Laguna body left over, and I was like, what can I do with that skin tone? And I was thinking of cute small animals, cute pink animals, creatures, and then I thought of the Rosy Maple Moth, which is just, if you haven't seen a picture of it, one of the cutest animals, cutest insects to have been concocted by evolution and nature. How are they that color? How are they so fluffy? How are they so cute? And so I thought that would be a good companion. And for Lottie, I went like a bit alternative, a bit edgy, quite a couple dark colors, quite cool toned. Her hair is really funky. And then for this doll, which I'm not sure whether I should call her Rosy or Maple or something else altogether. So if you have suggestions, go ahead. But I wanted to go quite cute, and a couple years ago, I think like a year and a half ago at this point, not sure, I customized a creep over Draculaura, and so I had her jacket, and I thought the fuzzy jacket would be so good to replicate the fuzziness of the little moth. And then I had some yellow fabric from the Rainbow High mystery boxes. I got one of the yellow purses and they all come with a little bag. Taking a sip of water. If you're watching this, maybe also have a little drink. It's important to hydrate. But so I had that yellow fabric that I turned into a corset. You might have seen that already or not. And I had this velvet ribbon that I again felt like it mirrored the texture of the moth wings. So I used that. And then the Draculaura doll I used was the Core Refresh, which had nice pink shoes with a black sole, and she's mostly yellow and then different tones of pink, mainly a very vivid like magenta pink and then a softer peachy pink. But I wanted her eyes to be big and black and bug-like, and they almost look more like an alien than like a bug. That's fine to me. I'm not bothered. She can be a little alien bug girly. But I wanted the black to come back somewhere in her design to ground her, so the black is down at her soles. I feel like the black also combines, or not combines, but unifies the color palette with my Moth Girly and Lottie. I'm looking at them now. They're standing behind my iPad as I'm recording the voiceover, and they're so cute together. And I made them these little tote bags that I actually didn't put the footage for the tote bags in this video. So you can see in Lottie's video, but it's just rectangles sewn on top of each other, to each other, like on top of themselves. And they have like a purpley pink color to them, which I think doesn't fit either of their color schemes perfectly, but when you have the two of them together, it just is a little mix of the very warm toned pinks of the Moth Girl and the cool toned pinks in Lottie, and I feel really happy with how I was able to bring this all together. For the Moth Girly's hair, Lottie's hair is a bit funky with all her braids and her buns and all the different colors and textures of hair. The textures of the hair are fine. Like, they're all the same. They're all saran. Reused saran though. And then for the Moth Girly, I had an idea. And I think it worked out. Let me know if you think I should have done something differently. But basically what I did is I reverse engineered the shape of the moth wings and the different colors in the moth wings into different layers of hair layered over each other. Sorry, I have a little frog in my throat. I think that fixed it. I think. And my chair creaks. It's not perfect, and that's what makes it scary. And that's what makes it a successful scary week. I'm doing scary things. I'm being imperfect on a little video. But maybe this is nicer because I'm not terrified and stressed out, because I find it really hard to look at something and process it and turn it into language at the same time. And I think it's just, I don't know what part of my brain makes it hard, but it is hard. And it means that when I'm having a conversation, I don't have eye contact with the person I'm talking to if I'm the one talking. I will be staring off into space. And if I'm trying to record a voiceover for a video, looking at what's happening and talking at the same time, I need to be so stressed out to get it properly done. So, but it feels like that's the right thing to do. To give the tutorial, to do what those who came before me doing. I'm speaking as if this is something so grand. But just, following those who came before me and all YouTube of giving it in a tutorial style process descriptive manner, when that stresses me out. And this is a hobby, this is for fun, I'm doing this because I want to. My income doesn't depend on it, my well-being doesn't depend on it, it is just a huge time sink of a wonderful hobby. And so I'm going to treat it as such, and I'm going to have fun with it. And if you're one of my close friends, you'll know I can send hour-long voice messages, just chatting on, pretending that I'm talking to you, but you don't get to respond. And this won't be an hour long, I promise. But this is something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy chatting to my friends and giving them things to think about and telling them things that I'm thinking about. So, putting it in here. Back from the rambling, let's go to how I did the hair again. So I reverse engineered how the layers would look, and I ordered some hair. I ordered, I think it's lemon drop and lipstick pink and blush pink, I think are the 3 colors that I ordered from Doll Hair Emporium. And there were 2 pink sections surrounded by yellow sections. There's the yellow section at the top that's kind of the back of the body where the wings connect, which is very layered and fluffy and funny looking. And then there's the wings, which start with this pink angled piece, and then there's a yellow piece, and then another pink piece to finish off the wings, and then at the bottom there's the bottom of the abdomen, and the abdomen is yellow again like the top. And So I reverse engineered that and then figured out how to blend the two colors, because there's this like color variation in the wings that I wanted to try and put into the hair. Girl, I don't know what I was thinking. I like decide on a doll project and I'm like, how can I make this so complicated and do something I've never done before and do it anyways? And then I do it, and I actually have a lot of fun figuring out those like puzzly bits and things. But so I rooted the hair, used tons of hair, and left the hair really long so I could trim it down. And then I boil washed it and I let it dry, and then I like slowly started from the bottom, working my way up, cutting the things into shape so that the layers would show over each other. And it's you'll see it in the video at some point. But it's I think it turned out well. I used like diluted gel again to try and like make it all work together, and I think it turned out great. From the front it looks cute, from the back I don't know if you can tell that it's moth wings just from looking at it, but it looks cool, it looks funky. Her and Lottie look like they're the funky stylish girlfriends that show up in the mall and you're like, oh, they're so cool, I want to be their friend, but you're too scared to talk to them. That I feel like is their vibe. And then her her antenna were also some, I did not know how to figure those out, and it took me quite a while to figure them out, but I think I did great. Just to pat myself on the back, I think I did great. I took a paper clip and bent it into a shape that matched the top of the head, and then inserted it into the head and sewed it onto the head, like through the scalp where I was gonna reroot. And then the bit that stuck out, I bent that into shape and I had like super glued some thread around it to make it so that like things would attach to the paper clip more easily. And then I glued on a piece of paper on the front, sculpted epoxy sculpt on the back, and then I just painted it to have the fluffy texture. Because the Rosy Maple Moth's a very fluffy little antenna, and I did not know how I was gonna achieve that texture and still have it look like fun and cute. So I just opted for painting it. And then because I used the epoxy sculpt, I could kind of blend it into her forehead, and I think it turned out really cute. She has a very funky shaped forehead, which I think adds to the fact that she looks a little alien, but I think that's fine. And then I also made her shorter. I don't know if you've seen that yet. I made her shorter. I made Lottie taller and I made her shorter. And in the end, their height difference is negligible because the Moth girlies' shoes have platforms. So they look the same height. So I did all my effort for kind of nothing. But I wanted her to be kind of tinier because moths are very small. Obviously, you know this. I don't need to tell you this. And yeah, let's see, what else can I can talk about her face up some. I used a really limited palette for her face up, just pink, yellow, white, and black. And I tried to keep it really simple because I don't know, I feel like Lottie is quite simple as well, and I just didn't want her, I don't know. I didn't feel like she should have like a human facial structure with like eyelids and stuff. And in the end, she still has eyelids, but I gave her these very fluffy but also like spiky lashes and tiny little eyebrows. I gave her some dots on her forehead, which now looking at them are very uneven. And I gave her a smiley little mouth. And a lot of little dots in her eyes, little highlights. I think that's also what makes her look like an alien. There's too many dots in her eyes. But I think she's so cute. And for her jacket, I shortened it and then added this heart-shaped button to the front that's upside down. So it kind of echoes the moth wing shape again. And for both of her hands, I cut her fingers apart with just a little scalpel. And then on her, is it her left hand? I think it's her left hand. I gave her a little peace sign, which I think is cute. I think it's so cute. I think she's a sweetie. And I put one of Draculaura's rings on her finger that I think her first core doll came with. And I put the little ruffles on her skirt. Her top is an actual little corset top. Yeah, I think she's so cute. I'm happy with how she turned out. And I think the process went really well. I hope you enjoyed this type of a video. I don't know if I'm done. I feel like I've run out of things to say. Yeah, I think so. So actually, this is a 20-minute video. That's kind of cool. So then I'm gonna do my sign off. I hope you liked watching. I would love to hear what you think. And I hope you have a lovely, wonderful Valentine's Day if you're watching this on Valentine's Day. And if you're watching this at any other time, I hope you just have a lovely day. Let me know if you have any other ideas for videos I could make. I'm thinking actually, okay, one of the other scary things that I did during Scary Week, sorry, I said I was gonna sign off and I'm still talking. One of the other scary things I did was I sent an email to a store that I would love to work at, which I've done several times before, looking for jobs, just sending cold emails. But this one I really cared about. And the country I'm living in, I don't speak the language, so I do speak the language, but I'm learning a new language as an adult is a bit of a nightmare. And I wrote this whole long email with so much care in it, and it's like a bookbinding store, or a bookbindery as you would call it. And I think maybe my next video I will just give you a little tour of all the books I've bound, because I love bookbinding so much. I don't know what happened. I just have bookbinding brainworms. Same way I have doll customizing brainworms, I have bookbinding brainworms. And I just love doing it. And yeah, I would love to show you all my books and just ramble about them. It will probably take a while, and that's fine. That's fine. Another thing, I should have said this earlier, but I'll say it now. These dolls I will list for sale, I think. I'll see if I want to do it on Etsy or eBay, but here's the thing, I'm looking to find a job, and it's really hard to find a job, turns out. And I'm getting a bit strapped for cash. And also, I just have so many dolls, and I think I would like to sell these too. And I'm not sure whether I'll sell them separately or together, and I'm not exactly sure about the price. But if you're interested in giving these dolls a new home, you can leave a comment down below if there isn't any links in the description just yet. And yeah, let me know. What else? Right, one of my next videos, I am working on making my own Howleen redesign. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen the struggle to figure out her hair color, and I've been modifying a Ever After High body to make it the right shape and size, because I don't know, I want her to fit with the G3 proportions but still be a little baby sister. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. It's also going to be a more detailed look at how did I, if you follow me on Instagram, how did I did the braids for my caddy custom. I gave her, I think they're called cornrows. I'm pretty sure they're called cornrows. I gave her cornrows all the way down her scalp. And I'm kind of doing a similar method of giving Howleen braids. Yes, there we go. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in that. That should be out within the next month or something. And then I think after that I will be working on a new project. Another set of 2 dolls that go together, and one of them is going to be my mermaid doll, so keep an eye out for her. The other one might release before or after that, I'm not entirely sure just yet. I have concepts for maybe a Rochelle inspired custom that I want to make, but I don't have the materials for that. And maybe I'll do some sketching or bookbinding videos, but I don't know, because this is something I'm doing for fun and I'm really looking to find a job, and if I do find a job, I might have a lot less time to work on this. So yeah, stay tuned to see all of those things, and if I figure out where I want to post my dolls, I will post a link in the comments. Some other dolls I will also try and sell. If you watch my collection video, you will see that there were quite a couple dolls that I don't feel like fit into my collection very well, so I will see if anyone's interested in those as well. Feel free to contact me through Instagram if you're interested in any of them, or leave a comment here. I really don't know how to do this. I'm not a professional, can you tell? Probably. I think that's it. I'll leave it here. I'll put a little montage here of the finished doll, and I hope you like her. Isn't she so cute? Aren't they so cute? Okay, here's the thing. I felt a bit silly posing them together as like girlfriends. I don't know why. I think it's the inner critic that's like, you're being weird. I'm not. I'm being cute. They're Valentine's dolls and they're in love. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, hope you're all doing well. The world is scary out there. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and yeah, do something for fun if you can. Do something crafty, artsy, and go into a project way too ambitious, and trust that you can figure out all the puzzling along the way. I believe in you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!